They'll run down the hill in one of the most storied entrances in all of college football. Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers since 1945. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Maryland Terrapins, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Maryland Terrapins offense will have the first possession of the game. And here comes this quarterback. This entire offense is built around him. He is the engine of the entire team.
I mean, he's the leader. He's the alpha. Everybody looks towards him. He's been doing it all year long. Everybody believes in this young man. Big opportunity, big stage.
And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Hey, a lot of coaches talk about, let's set the tone early. Let's come out and assert our style. I like it. Let's just come out and fling it and make a big play and make this defense know we're ready to get this thing rolling.
The give to the tailback. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking downfield, it's Edwards. A little release to the back. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, getting that rhythm. Find that time with the wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. It'll be a draw. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You could throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
And you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the 1st down.
They'll give it to him again. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's got it on the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Fires the pass, intercepted. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage called, and they get the INT.
First down for this offense. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down.
That looks like a real simple play by the wide receiver, but give him a ton of credit. That was an excellent route. He never telegraphed that he was breaking to the outside. Kept his eyes downfield, so when he cuts, he's able to get maximum separation from the defender, and that's why that play is successful.
To throw, it's Klubnik. Makes the grab. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
2nd and short now after that completion. Handoff from the gun. Hard running there. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
The Tigers will have it 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered at.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
2nd down after that incompletion. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Throws to the wideout. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Grabs it in the middle. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
No 1st down. That's fine. We got the completion. We had a successful play. And it sets up now a 4th down situation where, yes, I'm going for it.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. No opportunity to run it back as the ball goes out of bounds. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man. Smashes through the tackle. And that first defender was just waving at him after that sweet move. He picked up the 1st down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Now on 1st down from the 30. He's going to pass. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42. Live by the blitz. Get hit with a chunk play on the blitz, too, especially if you're man up on that dude.
And you know what? You lose some battles, especially to receivers like this who are so elite. You're going to lose some of those, but I'm still going to be aggressive. I'm still going to play man. I'm still going to have to bring some blitzes. So I look for this defense to stay aggressive, but maybe give that guy a smidge more attention.
Now he's going to break the pocket. He's going to take off. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
Let's see what they've got on second down. To the air, it's Edwards. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Today's game in football, it's about getting your speedsters in space. Why? Because you let them do the rest. You get them the football quickly, let them break tackles. You see so many times them making plays after the catch. So hard to stop.
And the Terrapins are in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down. Got a man in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that in route.
The Terrapins will line it up on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Back to the ground with the running back. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Snares it outside. It's Howard.
As the offense, you want to get the ball to your playmakers and let them make a decision, let them make a guy miss, but not with that kind of defense. They were all over it right away. No 3rd down conversion for you.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. What a disappointment. No good. And the score will stay right where it is after that miss. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Line gets set, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Moves around to clear up the vision. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking downfield, it's Klubnik. Zings it complete to the right. And the Tigers get it past the sticks. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Come on, receiver. You can make that play. You do it all the time in practice. Don't come out here on game day and start getting big eyes under the big lights. You got to make that catch.
Line getting set on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
He he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Caught behind the line. It's Maffa. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
The aerial assault continues. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
Negative play on 1st down. That's what a defense always wants. Unloads quickly. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. That's caught. It's grinding stool. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the 1st down. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up. Run it. Do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick handoff. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's Edwards. Pressure coming. Trying to make magic of him, and the ball's on the ground. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
And the Terrapins are moving quickly down the field. Looking for room. It's Hemby.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
On third down, going up top. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
The Terrapins decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They'll leave it with the lone back. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. Off the play fake. He's going for the big play. It's complete. A huge pickup. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. This guy has the look of the next big play receiver at Clemson in the vein of T. Higgins or Mike Williams.
Or DeAndre Hopkins or Sammy Watkins. I mean, the list is pretty lengthy of guys that are big, explosive, fast, and they can really win on the outside. And Clemson, as much as anybody, they're going to catch the ball, spit it to those guys, let them go make plays.
Dropping back, it's Klubnik. They're bringing heat. Got out of trouble and throws. He finds his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Nice patience by the quarterback here working against zone coverage. He was allowing his receiver an opportunity to find that open space in the defense before pulling the trigger.
He's looking for a man on second down. Caught close to the marker, it's Moore. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Curl route seems simple, but when you time it like that so it's right on him, man, that's a tough play to stop.
And give the receiver a lot of credit, too, because he knew where the sticks were. He got his depth on the route, and then he came back to the football. All young receivers can learn from this guy right here. Come back to the ball and help him.
Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
Good news is they didn't lose a ton of yards. The bad news is that's the third sack they've given up now in this game. They have got to do a better job protecting this quarterback.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Brown. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. It's caught. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Really nice job there of the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
Clemson will come to the line with the 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start. and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Looking to scramble. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And I want to be aggressive in these situations. When I got 2nd and goal, I want to go out and try to get that touchdown. But I do like how he didn't force the ball into coverage, didn't make a big mistake, throw a turnover in this area. You want to make sure you can guarantee points. You still got 3rd and goal coming up, and if you want to go for it on 4th.
Third and goal from way back there. To the air, it's Klubnik. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Clemson!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Ready to try the point after. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half-second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
It leads to 2nd down.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Makes his connection. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. To the air, it's Edwards. Fires left. Wide open downfield. Oh, look out! He's at the 10. Touchdown, Maryland! A great catch and run for 6.
Number 5.
And what a nice ball. You can see he sees him running the corner route, lays it out in front, catches the ball, and nice job catching the ball and then doing what? Getting upfield, not running out of bounds, not getting pushed out, not getting tackled. Nice job after the catch, getting vertical, getting to the end zone.
Lining up for the PAT. Splits the uprights. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with some flair, a 73-yard touchdown pass. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse. And he's running in the open. The 20. He was loose and setting sail, and they stop him at the 6-yard line. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Looking to throw. Quarterback adapted. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, You want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. Just about set to kick it away. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a huge completion. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. After the big first down sack, it's second down. Looking for a man, it's Edwards. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. They're trying to get to it. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on third down. Fourth down coming up.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs, we got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this third down. It could come back to bite them.
And the Terrapins will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Crosses the 30, he's got away. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Death Valley. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime. Time to see how things play out the rest of the way as we send it back to our guys in Death Valley.
The Terrapins will kick it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making the tackle for a loss.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Throws to the wideout. It's complete. Tripped up for the tackle.
Quarterback and receiver on the same page there on the curl route. Nice job by the receiver finding the soft spot in zone and just settling down, making that throw a whole bunch easier.
Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. trying to pick it up on the ground. The Tigers will move the sticks with the first down.
Well, they picked up that first running the football. That's good news for an offensive line that really has been getting pushed around and bullied in this game so far. Let's see what happens moving forward.
Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. To the ground, he's got it again. Shakes off the defender. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that.
Well, he's making it look easy out there snagging that pass. Sammy Watkins, Mike Williams, T. Higgins. Great Clemson receivers in recent years. These guys just got open. They found a way with their speed and their route running ability. It's a lot of what this guy does here, too. He makes it easy on his quarterback.
Trying to find his man on first down. Complete to the left. There was tight coverage, but a perfect throw and catch, and they've got it at the 9 first and goal.
And when this quarterback is in a rhythm, this offense is really hard to stop. You've seen that on this drive. He's 3 for 3, but they're also running the ball well. Everything they're dialing up right now is working.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on first and goal. He's got the tight end. Touchdown, Clemson! What a grab and go for the score. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Got it in the middle, it's Smith.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
And the Terrapins headed quickly to the line. On the move, it's Hemby. Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. The RPO, fire complete to the left. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Hands it off. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
A lot of urgency for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Edwards. Fires to the wideout. It's caught. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Going up top on first down. Makes the grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Terrapins! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14.
That makes the score. Clemson, 21. Maryland.
The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away.
Number 91, set to kick off.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll throw it on first down. Got a man. It's Moore. He's there to make the stop, and the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
This quarterback obviously did a lot of film prep coming into this one. He has been picking this defense apart. With that last completion, guys, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Looking to pass. It's Klubnik. A strike downfield. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
That receiver found the open space in the zone coverage, and as a defense, honestly, you just throw your hands up on that because they covered it pretty well. It was just a good play call and really nice execution.
Clemson is quick to the line. Got it behind the line. It's Brown. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
They go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Incomplete as the screen goes right through his hands, and it'll be fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. To the air on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Back to throw, it's Edwards. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. How about this backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him, too? How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fella continuing to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to it.
And the timing just a hair off.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The Terrapins will punt this one away. He'll bring it back. It's Williams. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Still running at the 40. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers, commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
Clemson jumps to the line. He wants to throw. Finds his tight end. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Just a quick rhythm throw there, and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Back to throw, it's Klubnik. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
When you get man-to-man coverage and you're running that curl, I got to sell him deep. I got to get a little bit of space where I can make him thinking I'm running deep, and then I sit down real quick. QB, wide receiver on the same page, first down.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He'll keep it himself. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Looking for space, it's Maffa. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers!
And I love love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Edwards. Fires to the right. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got him downfield. Oh, look out, there he goes. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
And the Terrapins want to pick up the tempo. To the ground with the back. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found.
Well, trailing late in the game right now, the offense obviously needs better plays than that, and to take a negative play. But at least the good news is they got out of bounds, so they're able to stop the clock. They've got to dial something up here that's going to get a big play.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw. He caught it. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Maryland! That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they needed. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the returner is stopped. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David, if they can add to it on this drive. Fires one high and deep. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
Listen, I know DBs don't catch the ball real well, but to be a defensive back, it's one of the hardest positions in football. You got to stay with these big, fast, wide receivers and then try to go track the football and make a play. Great job making a play for his team.
Looking to throw, it's Klubnik. This time it's complete. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Now on first down from the 28. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make a catch.
Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 28. They move the tight end all over. Wants to throw on 2nd down. They've got the screen set up. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Clemson set up with another first down. On the move. Can't get him to the ground. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Trying to impose their will with the run. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
He's brought down at the 45-yard line. Third down coming up.
Got quite a ways to go to keep this drive going. It's 3rd down from the 45. Back to pass, it's Klubnik. Getting some heat. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
Well, this offensive line has got to do a better job. They've now given up way too many sacks. This poor quarterback is running for his life. They've got to shore up and do a better job on the offensive line.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll field the punt and take it back. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Running back searching for a hole.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
Now the play fake. Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Grab near the sticks. It's Smith. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Get you some of that. And with that completion, now he's over 400 yards on the day. That's a really, really good game for this quarterback. He's been almost flawless.
The Terrapins getting set on 1st and 10. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Quick strike complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Yeah, and Palmer, I don't know what his grade's going to be, but hitting over 400 yards on the day, I think coaches are going to be pretty impressed with the day this young man had.
No doubt. I think for defensive coordinators moving forward now, you're going to be charged with having to find answers to try to slow this guy down. Today, we've seen this defense try blitzing, zone.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
You know, one of the tricky parts with play action for a quarterback is that when you turn your back to the defense to sell the play fake, you have no idea what's going on behind you. You don't know what the coverage has become, and you don't know which D linemen have won their one-on-ones. The worst thing is you turn around after the play fake, and bam! That defender's right in your face.
That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. Makes his man miss. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
I'll tell you what, when those little guys make those physical plays like that, it kind of jacks everybody up in the huddle. Because it's usually the guy breaking ankles, but he's like breaking tackles. Now he's giving you some serious energy.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking to throw, it's Edwards. Throws to the wideout. He makes a catch. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. This dude is putting in work out of the slot, and he is just wearing out this defense.
Man, you see it, Reese, in football. These slot guys are so quick, so athletic. You back them up off the football so you can't get hands on them, and you just find ways to continue to get him the football. He's making plays, so I'm going to continue to throw.
He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
When you got a QB with this kind of arm talent, receivers at this kind of speed, they are going to be difficult to stop. They have been up and down the field. They've almost got 450 passing yards now.
1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw it. He's got it. And he wanted the score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. He's looking to throw. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Terrapins.
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. You know, 1 to 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
Getting set for the point after. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the 4th. They marched 72 yards, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, the defense finally showing some life there. It's been tough sledding, too, because this offense has been lighting them up through the air, but a nice individual effort that time, forcing the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 15. Back to throw, it's Klubnik. It's complete to the left, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, How about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Williams. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Lofts one high and deep. Catch and stride inside the 15. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Oh, nice play by the offense. But listen, defensively, I gave up the big play. It's over. Short memory. Now I got to bow my neck, make a stop on this goal line stand here.
Feeling some heat. The offense coughs it up. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
What a costly fumble. You're in a situation where I'm almost guaranteed points or an opportunity for points to win this football game, and now you're going to be begging for your defense to somehow hold on, make a big play, come and bail you out for fumbling that football.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. There's enough time to get the ball down the field here, David, but you've got to make sure you're efficient and avoid mistakes.
Yeah.
And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game.
Well, here we are late in the game, and this secondary, they are still covering. They forced the QB to hold on to it, and then he bailed out, trying to buy himself more time. And because he couldn't get rid of the football so quickly early, that allowed the pass rush to get to him.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Handoff to the single back. He finds enough room to get it over the 10-yard line, and he's down at the 13. Time out on the field, and we've got a dandy all tied up late in the 4th. 3rd and short, they've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And the Terrapins have it with a 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Smith. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Steps out of bounds at the 26-yard line. 2nd down.
Now on 2nd down after the good 1st down run. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intention. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational-type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
First play of the first possession of OT. He'll start this drive firing. Now improvising. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
When you have scrambling quarterbacks, you got to have a spot. You got to have somebody in the middle of the field. Everybody's playing coverage, but that guy's job is to focus on the quarterback and make sure he doesn't scramble and make big plays like this with his feet.
Quarterback on the keeper. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
We've seen throughout this drive success for the offense when they've been running the quarterback. Finally, though, the defense got it right. Everybody played their assignment. They honed in on him, and they got a big stop.
After getting nothing done on first down, 2nd and goal from the 6. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And they're on top here in overtime. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic, and this guy is having himself a day.
Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. And the extra point splits the uprights. They're up 35-28. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. He'll pull it on the read. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, they're trying to go option, but the linebacker shows his open field tackling ability and also his recognition. He expected the quarterback to keep it, went after and was able to make the tackle for loss.
3rd down in overtime. They have to keep the drive alive and try to get it in the house. Scanning the field, it's Edwards. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
This, the biggest play of the game so far. Going for it on 4th down in overtime. Deep shot for the end zone. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.